Alrighty, what's up, motherfuckers and scumbags? And also, you pieces of shit. And my peeps. What's going on, my peeps? Peter Joseph here for a late night video. Right here, on the main channel. Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this very channel and my other channels down there in the fucking basement, otherwise known as the description box below. And as always, share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media if you dare. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Gotta be real, if you're not, you're not. You're a bitch. And you need a life. But it is what it is. So like the video, leave a comment if you wish. Subscribe to my channels, including this one. And follow me on social media. Share the video all over the internet. And most importantly, tap and slap that bell. I think we all know what to do with it by now. But if not, you know, just hit the bell. Smack it around a little bit. Shine it up real nice. Stick it up your ass. But before you do that, you turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn video. And if you do, well, you're pretty much SOL. And you know what that means. Ha 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 ha. And that's that. So, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if this is your very first time watching, then welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride, and if not, you can jump off and go fuck yourself. That's pretty much it. You don't like it? Get out of here. But some of you can't. That's the hardest thing to do, is just get off my channel. But you can't, because you love how I dictate, and you love how I dictates. But I digress on that. I digress. I got so much to give. I mean, it is the giving season, after all. So, it is what it is, and that's that. That's it. We move on. Alright. So, like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Welcome to the party, pal. If you're new here, thank you so much for that. And that's it. I already said that. Sorry about that. It's late. I'm sorry. Anyway, hope everybody had a great Friday. It's Friday night, November the 10th, 2023. Or if you're now just waking up, or you're about still going to sleep, it is now November the 11th, 2023. Happy Veterans Day to everybody. If you're seeing this tomorrow, it's Veterans Day. If you're seeing it now, it's Veterans Day. So, happy Veterans Day to all the men and women of the armed forces protecting our country, America. And if you serve somewhere else, well, good for you too. Especially Italy and Japan. Big ups to all the men and women of the army and the armed forces in Italy and in Japan. And in Mexico too. If I don't say that, you know who might kick my ass. But I digress. But happy Veterans Day, everybody. Happy Veterans Day weekend. And I hope you have a great weekend. And whatever you're going to do, be safe and be well. That's it. Alright. On this very late, you know. I know it's 3:30 in the morning, but, you know, I had a long night. I'll just say that. I had a long night. Got home like maybe an hour and a half ago. And I decided to stay up. You know. I'm not well as it is, but, you know, I had fun tonight with my friends. Some of you know, some of you don't know what I did, but you don't need to know. But in any case, I had fun. That's all that matters. Met some good people. Had a good time. Had some drinks. Well, I didn't drink much, but, you know. But, you know, I just partied like a rock star tonight because I'm Mr. VIP. And you're not. And you're all jealous of me. It is what it is. You're just jealous of me. That's why you do your lame as fuck videos. And by the way, you're copyright infringing if you're using some music. I'm just saying, I know you're not going to get a strike, but, you might just get copyrighted. So, if I were you, I would take half of that music out. Use uncopyrighted music. But that's hard to find here on YouTube. Very hard. That's what she said. But I digress. But if you want to keep doing that shit, that's all you can do. You're just jealous, and you just, do boring videos on your dead channels, and nobody gives a shit. It's just jealousy. I mean, I don't really care. But thank you for acknowledging me. Keep doing it, because that's all you're doing is acknowledging me. Do I do videos on you people? Nope. I don't need to. I just sit back and laugh at you dumbasses. But we move on. I'm not going to talk anymore about that. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of this year and going into next year, and I'm going to enjoy my life. That's it. I don't need to care about dumb fucks that have no fucking life. That's that. Alright. So, anyway, like I said, I hope you had a great Friday, and if you didn't, too bad. And I hope you have a great, safe weekend. That's that. Alright, on this late Friday night, it is time for your late night Smackdown review for November the 10th, 2023. We are 2 weeks away from the Survivor Series War Games, coming to your way from Chicago, Illinois, November the 25th, 2023. Alright, so, Raw had a pretty, interesting show. Adam Pearce, now we got the men's War Games match, and I think, on tonight's Smackdown, kind of getting the start of the women's War Games match, which I'll get to a little bit. But all in all, it wasn't a bad show. But next week's show, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for Tony Khan. Going head-to-head with SmackDown next week. And maybe the week after that. Because I know it's Black Friday weekend. I don't think there's going to be a live show for SmackDown the week after that. It should, but, the day after Thanksgiving. So, I don't know. And as of this video, we are 12 days away from Thanksgiving. So, the holiday season, pretty much, getting in gear. And, in about a week and a half from now, we're going to start the holiday shopping season. So, you better get started with your Christmas gifts. Because if you're going to do it, at the last minute, not going to be good. Because they might not have what you want. And then you're going to have to wait till after Christmas for the after Christmas sales. And then after New Year's Eve for, the start of 2024, they send everything back or, God forbid, get a New Year's deal. But if I were you, I would start Christmas shopping tomorrow, really, or now. Don't wait. Especially don't do it on Black Friday morning or Black Friday, the entire day Black Friday. Or even, if you want to get a deal, maybe you get it on the site on Thanksgiving weekend, Cyber Saturday, Cyber Sunday, Cyber Monday. You want to do that? You can do that if they have a deal, but most stores don't, might not have a good deal. So, but it's gonna be a mess that weekend, and especially Christmas Eve, Christmas weekend, basically, and then New Year's Eve weekend, especially in New Year's Eve day. Everybody's gonna be going to get stuff, liquor, beer. Well, liquor's beer, liquor. Food. It's gonna be a pain in the ass day if you have to work that day. God bless you. But we'll see what happens with that. Fortunately, I don't have to. But it is what it is. Let me move on with that. Alright, so let's get to Smackdown. And we are emanating from the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio. Kind of on the outskirts of that shithole city named Cleveland, Ohio. But Ohio is the home state of the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame. It is what it is. The Grammy nominations came out. I didn't see all of it, but I do know that Metallica will be nominated. You know what that means? They're gonna get screwed because I found out Disturbed has a Grammy nomination. I don't know about In This Moment yet. I haven't seen it yet, but I would like to see them. If they're in the same category as Disturbed and Metallica, there's like probably no way they're gonna win unless there's a shock happens, like a Jethro Tull moment. But In This Moment is metal. I mean, Jethro Tull is not. But unless you want to think that the flute, can be used in a freaking heavy metal video. I mean, it has. If you're Liliac, but yeah, they use a flute for Close My Eyes Forever, the cover version. I mean, I'm not gonna bash Melody from Liliac for that, but why would you put a flute in that song? Not a disgrace to Ozzy and Lita Ford, but why would you put a flute in that song, in the cover song? It doesn't belong there. Like that great song. Some of these things don't really belong here. It doesn't. But we move on. I might maybe later this weekend, maybe Sunday night, because I'll be out all weekend anyway. I might do a video about the metal Grammy nominations, on my Metal Guy channel, because the Grammys won't be till February anyway. But I'll give them a look-see tomorrow and see what happens with that. But anyway, that's that. All right. So once again, we are from the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio, and our commentary team of, well, a different look this week. Mitchell Cole, that idiot Kevin Patrick Milove, and it was supposed to be Corey Graves, but Carmella popped out her baby boy on Wednesday, so congratulations to Carmella and Corey Slave on the birth of their baby boy. So that's why Corey Graves was not on the show tonight, and in his place was my boy, Kevin Steen, or Kevin Owens. And man, does he do good commentary. If you have not seen or heard Kevin Owens on commentary for PWG with Excalibur, you are missing out. You are really missing out. Because Kevin Steen is like, and you thought Punk was good on commentary? He doesn't hold a candle to Kevin Steen. So, Phil, you can say nobody can beat you even on commentary, but I think Kevin Steen might have to have a word with you. Just saying. Alright, so Kevin Owens comes out. He's the guest commentator. We find out that Corey Slaves is at home with his new baby. So, probably be on next week's show. But, at least we don't have to, well, I wish it was Kevin Patrick leaving, but, But, hopefully soon he'll get the Spanish Archer, get him out. See, it's boring. So thankfully, Kevin Owens saved the day with Mitchell Cole. It is what it is. And we get that. Alright, so we start our first segment with the LWO. Latino! I don't know how that song goes. I'm sorry. And now I probably just I just made the entire Latin community mad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mommy Issa, I'm sorry. But anyway, we move on. So the LWO come out. Ray and company come out. Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wild, DJZ, and Raul Mendoza, and the lovely Zelina Vega. Oh, yes. So they all come out. Kevin's all happy because he loves Ray. I mean, how can you not love Ray? You know who doesn't love Ray? This guy, Eddie Guerrero, let's say. Hi, Eddie, how you doing? I know it's late. I'm sorry to wake you up. Oh, that's okay. I'm always up anyway. Yeah, I know, because you've been drinking sangria with, China. I don't understand. Anyway, I know I was just talking about Ray, your good friend Ray. What do you mean? Ray's not my friend. He's a pendejo, pero. I forgot. I'm sorry. No, that's okay, I say. I met your friend Osito tonight. He had to drop his belt. He had to drop his No Limits Championship tonight. Oh, that sucks, man. What happened? I don't know. He had an undisclosed injury and it wasn't medically cleared, so I had to drop the belt. That sucks. I know. It happens. All right, Eddie, go have a little drink and then go to bed. Okay, I say goodbye. Okay. Adios. Oh, okay, that too. I forgot. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, Osito, my good friend Osito, had to drop his belt tonight because he got hurt. I don't know how he got hurt. Maybe at the last show he was at, somehow he got hurt. Now he had to drop the belt because due to injury. So probably have a tournament, and then when he heals up, he's gonna get it right back. But it is what it is, and that's that. But we move on with that. All right, so Rey Mysterio talks about losing his U.S. title at Crown Jewel to Logan Paul, thanks to a guy named Santos Escobar putting the brass knuckles on the apron. So he doesn't mention that, and then Gordito comes out. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Because I'm Gordito. I'm cool. But I spit in the face of people who are not cool. So anyway, he just steals the mic out of freaking Rey Mysterio's hand. Give the fucking mic! So he wants to talk about Crown Jewel. It's like, oh, you forgot to blame... Shouldn't blame yourself, Ray. You should blame that guy right there, Santos Escobar, who left the brass knucks on the apron. And then Carlito and Santos get into a little tussle, and Ray has to play Peacekeeper, and Joaquin Wild and Raul Mendoza are holding everybody back, and poor Zelina Vega's like, stop it! Stop, you family! Stop! Told you Santos was gonna turn. I told you. Nobody believes me. Nobody cares. I mean, nobody does anyway, but I think you need to listen. I may not be Nostradamus. I am Nostradamus. Do you believe? Oh, great song by Judas Priest, by the way. Great album, too. If you don't have the Nostradamus album by Judas Priest, you're missing out. Anyway. Alright, so Santos like, fuck this, and he leaves, and then Ray and Zelina go after him. So then Carlito stays at ringside because he has a match right now with Bobby Lashley, who comes out with the Street Profits, as always, in good designer suits. Guess where they get those from? The Men's Warehouse. Because when you go to the Men's Warehouse, get a good suit, because some of you need it. Not that it will help. Because some of you need a real good makeover. I don't. I look good whatever I wear. Oh, that was evident. I prove that tonight. I prove that every night. But it is what it is. Anyway, so they come out to the Men's Warehouse. By the way, if you want to look good, go buy a good suit. Because some of you're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it. But others, I can't. I can't guarantee it. You could just buy a goddamn suit and tie and some nice clothes and nice slacks, nice shoes. You know, you can look good, but you won't feel good. Because when you do look good, you do feel good. That's a commercial. It is. Trust me, it is. Anyway, so go to the Men's Warehouse and maybe you'll look good. Some of you. Anyway, so the Street Profits and the LWO at ringside for Gordito taking on Bobby Lashley. Feels like old times from the Ruthless Aggression era. Anyway, so Bobby runs him over to start, starts beating him up in the corner. Then we see B-Fab backstage. You know, B-Fab might be joining up with Lashley and the Street Profits. I hope not, but that'll be like, why? It's like, okay, so you don't put Bianca in because she might be turning heel. I don't know. And then you don't put Jade, who would be actually good for the Hurt Business or Hurt Business Mafia, whatever it is. You're gonna put B-Fab? You should have released her. Should have released all of it. Oh shit, Row. I don't understand why her and Ashanti Adonis are still there. But anyway, she's watching backstage. So Bobby puts on the Hurt Lock and gets countered with a jawbreaker and then a suplex by Gordito. They go to the outside. Lashley picks up Carlito, sends him right into the ring post, rib first. Ow. Go to break. Come back. B-Fab still watching, and then Ashanti Adonis. Oh, God damn it. I'm sorry, I'm drunk. No, I'm not. Ashanti the Adonis comes in. He's like, hey, what's going on? Why didn't you ever pick up your phone all week? He's like, oh, I'm sorry, you know. Let's get out of here. So they leave. So, we'll see what happens with that. So, back to the match we go. Gordito fights back. And then everybody on the outside gets into a big fight. And while the referee is trying to control this thing, like, why didn't you call for disqualification? Was this an AEW match? Anyway, while that clusterfuck happened, Montez Ford kicks Carlito right in the head, and then Bobby hits the spear, cuts Carlito in half. 1, 2, 3 in just under 9.5 minutes. Bobby Lashley picks up the win. And the match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. After the match, looked like we're about to get a 3-1 beatdown on Carlito. And Santos, who was out there after all this mess, he just stands on the apron while Bobby and the Street Profits beat the fuck out of Carlito. And then Rey Mysterio, booyaka, booyaka, he comes in with a chair, runs the Hurt Business off, and he's trying to check on Carlito. He starts yelling at Santos like, we're supposed to be family, Esse! What are you doing? Esquire just like stands there, and, you know, Rey's kind of like pushing him. I mean, they're going back and forth, they push each other, and then kind of sets Santos off as he jumps Rey from behind. But Rey, you know, somehow comes back. He, like, shoves him and starts slapping him around a little bit, knocking him to the apron. So they start talking on the apron. And then Santos pushes Rey into the ring post. And then Rey falls. Basically, he falls right down and his leg gets caught in between the post and the steel steps. So I'm like, uh-oh. So Santos runs at the steel steps, crushes Rey's leg in the steps. Ow! So Rey's probably going to be out for a while with a broken leg. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be out for a while. Probably is. But, yeah, so that's it. So Santos Escobar turns heel. And we'll see what happens with that. But I think Rey's going to form his own version of the LWO. He's going to have himself, Carlito, Dragon Lee, and maybe another person. I don't know. Maybe Zelina Vega joins up with him. But, you know. And then Santos is going to reform Legado del Fantasma. with Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza. And then poor Selena Vega's like, what do I do? I think Selena Vega's gonna stay with Ray, and Elektra Lopez is gonna come back and be Santos Escobar's manager once again. She will be brought up to the main roster. And then what happens to poor Lola Vice? I'll tell you what's gonna happen. She's gonna be in my bedroom. No. I wish. But no, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm a little tipsy, I'm sorry. But in any case, so we'll see what happens with that, with Santos possibly reforming Legado, and Ray keeping the LWO name, and him and Carlito, and Dragon Lee, who will be coming in to go against them. So probably a 3-on-3, 6-man tag team match, and then you bring in Elektra Lopez to be with Santos once again. And then her beating the living crap out of Zelina Vega, who stays with Ray. So we have like a faction war coming up. And we'll see what happens with that. So all that I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we're off and running on Smackdown. Alright, we go to break, we come back, we see Santos leaving. And tells the cameraman Ray had it coming. Okay, got that. So then we go back to commentary, and Kevin Owens says, I turned on a lot of people, but I wouldn't even dare to turn on Rey Mysterio. And yeah, Kevin has turned on a lot of people. I think we all know the biggest one of them all. Right? There's Sami Zayn. Generico. He's turned on Generico more times than the Big Show has turned heel and face. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, alright, after that, we get to my favorite part of the show. We gotta look back at my third wife, Io Sky, retaining her SmackDown Women's Championship against Bianca Belair. Thanks to my second wife, Kairi Sane, the Sky Pirate. So we see that. We'll see what's gonna happen with Kairi and Io now. Now that, we don't know what's happening with Damage Control. So anyway, speaking of Damage Control, Bayley comes out. Bayley, give me a hug. She comes out with the rest of Damage Control. Dakota Kai, Io, and Kairi come out. So it looks like they kind of mended fences, I guess. And, they talked in the back after Crown Jewel. Like, hey, let's be a foursome, So anyway, Bayley says, I've had a lot of success since Damage Control started, like about a year or so ago. Year and a half ago, maybe. And then she talks about everything that Io has done. Like, we need to know that. Then she said, well, then Kairi returned, and she's basically saying, Kairi, I want an explanation. Well, actually, Bayley came out by herself, I should say. And then Io and Kairi and Dakota Kai come out. They get in the ring. And Io gets on the mic, talks some English, because she talks pretty damn good English. So Io says that she had her own plan, and it involved Kairi helping her keep the title, because you know how Bayley kind of fucks up sometimes. But anyway, Bayley brings up her knocking Kairi out of WWE back in 2020. No, that was actually thanks to Nia Jax. But even though her last match, I think, was against Bayley. And Kairi won, and then Bayley beat her up in the back to the point where, storyline, she left. Got hurt. She's gone for like 2.5 years. So we see that clip. And then Dakota Kai says Kairi makes the team stronger. Yup. And they're just trying to take some weight off of Bayley. Anyway, then Kairi gets on the mic. Talks some broken English. But we all understood it. Well, I did at least. So Kairi says that, Bayley, I respect you as the leader of Damage Control. Okay. Then we get a big group hug We get a big group hug, and then Bianca Belair, she plays with her hair. That's actually her hair. She's Bianca Belair. So she comes out to interrupt, and then basically it's a 4-on-1, because, they tell Bianca, it's like, well, you're outnumbered, and then Horseface Charlotte Flair comes out, and then my first wife, Asuka. Nobody is ready for Asuka. Sit my dick. That too. So they come out, and we got a 6-woman tag team match player at the end of the show. I wonder how that's gonna go. Asuka, Kairi, and Io in the same ring. Good. I rewatched Smackdown. After I got home, we skimmed through Smackdown, and I saw Kairi, Io, and Asuka in the same ring, and I needed a new pair of shorts. But, it is what it is. So I got that, so we'll see what happens at the end of the show. So I gave all that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get a video on Dragon Lee, for no apparent reason. And that leads us to our next match, Dragon Lee and Cedric Alexander. Didn't we do this a couple weeks ago? It was good, so let's do it again. Okay, why not? Alright, so it's joined in progress. Both of them run the ropes until Cedric drop kicks Dragon Lee to the floor. They get back in. Cedric slaps off a tornado DDT, which sets up a running kick to the back of the head. Ow. And then Dragon Lee comes back with a drop kick to the floor, and then a running flippy gibbity-doo, followed by a sit-out powerbomb as they go back inside the ring. Then Cedric is sent hard into the corner, and then, they slug it out. I think in the middle of the ring, Dragon Lee hits a basement super kick, something you don't see every day. But then he charges right into a running Spanish fly. Joel Maximo would be proud. And then Cedric hits one mean Michinoku driver. Ooh, it looks so good. Gets a near fall out of that. And then he goes for the lumbar check. It gets blocked. And then Dragon Lee hits Destino. And pins Cedric in just under 6 minutes. So, Dragon Lee once again pins Cedric. In the last 2-3 weeks. Same goddamn move. Why are you stealing Naito's move? Naito! If Naito was watching, he'd be very mad. Cabrón. Imagine Naito against Dragon Lee. Who does the better Destino? I think we all know the answer to that. That's it. But the match was pretty good. 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Then we get a look back at Logan Paul winning the United States title at Crown Jewel. You can thank Santos Escobar for that. And we get all that. Alright, then we see Eli Drake. That's not an insult. That's a fact of life. Let me talk to you. Dummy. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, he comes out for a little chit chat. He says, Crown Jewel didn't go as he planned. Sorry. Sorry, Eli, you're my boy and everything, but you had no chance against Mr. Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief. Must acknowledge the Tribal Chief every Friday night. Well, basically every day we should, but... Anyway. So, things didn't go as planned, and he could have came out here and say things didn't go as planned. I think you just said that. Anyway, the fans still seem to like him. They're chanting Eli's name. So Eli talks about coming within just an inch of winning the belt, but Jimmy Uso got involved. Thank you, Jimmy. And Eli says, I got robbed. And then he tells Roman that he needs to give Jimmy a raise. But, Eli's like, I'm not done with the bloodline yet until I win the WWE title. Okay, you're trying to be Cody now? Are you trying to be Cody, Eli? I have to finish the story! If Cody couldn't finish his story against Roman, do you think you could? No. I'm sorry, you're not. You're not. If you want to be a world champion, go to Raw. Because there's nobody that's going to beat Roman. Because AJ's coming back, and they're supposed to. That might lead into something by the Royal Rumble, and we all know what's going to happen. AJ might, have the club come back, and he has to fight off Solo and Jimmy again. And God forbid he faces Roman at the Royal Rumble. We all know what's going to happen. Smash, stacked, pin, like he did a couple years ago. And then you got the Elimination Chamber to worry about what Roman's going to do. If he's defending the belt inside Elimination Chamber, which could be I'm not saying, I don't want to say it's a good idea, but, I mean, Roman's just been fighting everybody and, does what he does, even though, it's like, oh, he hasn't won clean in so long. Don't deliver it, bitch. So if Roman does defend the belt in the Elimination Chamber, he's going to come out last. Most likely, unless, Nick Aldis like, oh, you're going to fight first. So he's going to be too tired by the time the fourth or fifth guy comes out. But Roman can do it. Roman could beat 5, 6 guys in one night. He could do it. I hate to say it, but Jimmy and Solo will probably be there to help him. Or God forbid they're in the match. I mean, we have to see, but I think if everybody's like, oh, why can't Roman beat people by himself? Why does Jimmy and Solo have to help? Why does Jey Uso have to help when he was there? You want Roman to beat somebody straight up? Then actually have him be a beast in the Elimination Chamber. Like Shayna Baszler was and beat everybody in the Elimination Chamber. Have Roman just annihilate him in the Elimination Chamber. The first guy comes out, done. Second guy comes out, they fight for about 5-6 minutes, then maybe it becomes a 2-on-1, and then eventually it'll be back to a 1-on-1 because that guy will get smashed. So then you're down to about 3 other people. And then eventually the numbers game will catch up to Roman, but everybody else will start beating each other up. They'll eliminate each other, and then Roman's probably with I don't know who, but he'll smash him. Maybe Jimmy breaks into the cage somehow, or maybe throws a weapon to Roman, and Roman just uses it and then knocks the guy out. 1, 2, 3, retains the title. Goes to WrestleMania, fights whoever, beats the fuck out of him. Whether it be The Rock, whether it be Walter, whether it be Solo. I don't think we're gonna get to Solo yet, but and the eventual turn of the entire bloodline. Like Solo turns on Roman, Jimmy turns like, oh, I'm gonna go to Raw to be with my brother Jay. And then everything crumbles around Roman, and then people think, oh, it's gonna end next year. Probably not. I don't think it will, but that's just me. I think it's gonna go all the way till he hits 4 years. He's getting close to 1,200. He's still got a little over a year and a half to beat Hogan's record of 1,400 and change, which is basically about 4 years. I thought he had a 3-year reign, but he had that, and I thought he had a 5-year reign. 1,500 I thought Hogan had once. I could be wrong, but in any event, I think Roman goes 4 years and beyond. I really don't think Roman's is gonna lose anytime in 2024. So, and if so, to who? I don't even know what inning we're in. He might be in a rain delay. Or maybe we're in the 5th inning. got a long way to go. It's like we're like halfway done with this Roman Reigns thing. But we'll see. But anyway, so he says that, basically tells Roman to give Jimmy a raise, but Eli's like, I'm not done with the bloodline until I win the belt. And then, he did it. Grayson Waller comes out because he's fighting Eli in our next match. So he tells Eli to stop, that Eli is blaming everyone but himself. And he tells Eli, well, maybe you're not just the guy. So then Eli calls Grayson Waller a jackass and says the Grayson Waller effect sounds like an STD. Okay. And then Grayson gets all mad and pissy. He's like, I don't appreciate being accused of being in his mother's basement. In my mom's basement, whatever, Then they start fighting. I think around the ring, and then Grayson takes some water to the face. He was thirsty. So we got all that. So I give that 3 out of 5 stars, and we move on. Alright, then we get to the match, which wasn't... It was alright, nothing great. It's also with Eli beating the crap out of him. Cranks on the arm, Waller bails to the floor. Then they slingshot shoulder block, hits Grayson, as basically Eli's whipping the living shit out of him. Waller, wakes up and hits Eli in the face. Not that it did anything. He backdrops Grayson to the floor, sets up the Rams into the announcer's table. Ow. But Grayson manages to send Eli into the ring steps and hit a big-time clothesline as we go to break. And we come back. Grayson is stomping on Eli's back, grabs a half crab that gets broken up pretty easily. Then the rope walk elbow gives Grayson a near fall. He tries again. Eli avoided it. Snaps off some jabs. Right jab, left jab, left, right. Whoo! Then he hits a DDT for a near fall. Then he picks up Grayson, hits the slam. Then the Eli Drake, elbow. And then the BFT. 1, 2, 3 in just under 11.5 minutes. Eli gets the win, so he remains strong. And we'll see what happens with Eli as we go to the Survivor Series and beyond. And that's it. So 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. And then after that, we get probably the funniest thing I ever seen on Smackdown. Kevin Owens gives us a telestrator. He thinks he's John Madden. Boom! He gives us a slow motion video with the telestrator involved, showing how he double punched Grayson Waller and Austin Theory a couple weeks ago. That was funny. He's like, see how I did it? Do it again. The arrows and stuff. I'm like, damn, are we watching freaking John Madden? Or are we playing Madden 24? Or 23? 24 hasn't come out yet. It will be, eventually. So we got that. That was funny as fuck. Man, I mean, can we just get Kevin on commentary every week? He should just retire and be a commentator. He would be so funny. Every week. Him and Michael Cole. Get rid of Corey Graves. Get rid of freaking Kevin Patrick. Just have Michael Cole and Kevin Steen on commentary. It'll feel like PWG. Excalibur and Kevin Steen all over again. But, I mean, you want to hear Michael Cole go, Tope Suicida! Hit him in the dick! No. Yeah, he actually did say that. When Roddy chopped Adam Cole and his you-know-what back in PWG. When Adam Cole was doing the suck my dick gimmick. Suck my dick, Roddy! Kick him in the dick! That is the funniest freaking show I ever seen. There's a lot of stuff from Adam Cole's suck my dick gimmick era that was funny as fuck. In Ring of Honor, too! Not that he's ever gonna go back to that gimmick, but imagine he did. Holy crap. But anyway, we move on. That's how I got my XWF gimmick, by the way. Not because of him, but, you know. I kind of emulated it, but I perfected it. I told all the people I was fighting to suck my fucking dick. Not literally, but, you know. Well, yeah. But not in a sexual way, you know what I mean. It's E-Fed. E-Fed. XWF stuff. And I stole all the people's girlfriends. But I digress. Alright, so we move on. With that. So that segment with that whole thing with Kevin Owens telestrating thing, I thought it was hilarious. And we move on. Alright, then we get a classic Smackdown moment with the first arrival of John Cena and the start of the Ruthless Aggression era as he came out and he fought Kurt Angle and gave him a run for his money even though he lost. What is the one thing that you possess that can beat me? And John Cena's like, Ruthless Aggression. And that's how the Ruthless Aggression era started. Wasn't as great as the Attitude Era, but still great years with the Ruthless Aggression era. Great years. Not that it lasted a long time. I think it lasted 2000. What year did it start? I think 2000 up to 2007, 2008, and then Cena turned into a schmuck. Should have just stayed with the freaking rapper gimmick, you know, Mr. Basic Thuganomics. But at the time, WWE was turning PG, which it still kind of is. I hate the PG era. I hate it. I hate the new era after kind of the PG era kind of started going away a little bit. It's the new era, the reality era. I don't know what era we're in. I guess now we're in the Triple H Nick Khan era. But I mean, starting to get decent. NXT is just like a rocket ship to Pluto right now. And right now, Raw sucks. SmackDown getting better, but Raw just sucks. Sucks so much. And they're probably gonna be off the USA Network in October. Where they're gonna go? Maybe FX, maybe Amazon, maybe Hulu, maybe Disney. Maybe they they go on the WBD. Go on the Warner Brothers Distribution Network. What channel? I don't know. God forbid it's TBS or TNT. We don't want that. Oh, Tony Khan doesn't want that. So we have to see what happens with that. So we see that. That leads into a look at Solo Mibuki beating the living crap and beating out of John Cena, beating him clean, and possibly knocking him into retirement. Well, now he's back in Hollywood because thank the Lord that the Screen Actors Guild strike is over. So now all the people are getting back to work. The writers, the actors are getting back to work. We're going to have movies coming out for the next whatever how many years. So Cena's back in Hollywood, probably making another direct, made-for-DVD movie. Because I think Fast 11 is basically in the can. It's done. And then the last one, the final Fast and Furious movie, is basically done too, I think. But that's supposed to be coming out in the next couple years. The final Mission Impossibles are coming out as well. I think the last one. I don't think it's a three-parter like Fast 10 is. Fast 10, 11, 12 is the last one. Mission Impossible has a two-part ending. I don't know when the final one comes out. Now the actors are coming back. Now the Marvel series is gonna continue on. The Marvels just came out. Pretty good, actually. I've seen it. Not in the theaters, because you know how I get it. But the Marvels is pretty good. Pretty good. Little cameo. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. There's a cameo in the movie, but I'm not going to say who it is. It's not Samuel L. Jackson. We know he's in that movie. If you follow the Marvels series. You know, Captain Marvel, and then, Ms. Marvel, the one with Vision, WandaVision, you see that, and then the third one, I forgot the name of that one, and then I'm bringing all of them together in one big movie. That's that. I don't even know what the next Marvel movie is. God forbid hopefully we got Thor 4, or not 4, 5, because we had Ragnarok, then we had Love and Thunder, which was 4, which wasn't really that good. I think we're supposed to get another, Avengers movie. Not that, I mean, we had Endgame, or what's next? Because we all know how that ended. And how that guy gets the Infinity Gauntlet, I don't know. Because some of you haven't seen, Endgame. How? Why? That's not how the comic book showed it. Where the fuck is Adam Warlock? Oh, we just make a movie called Black Adam. That's not Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock is white and he has blonde hair. Why did they make a movie called Black Adam? And it was a DC. I think that's a DC movie. But I think they should make an Adam Warlock movie. I mean, if you follow the Infinity War, Infinity Crusade, the last one, I forgot the name of it. I think we know that he gets the Infinity Gauntlet, and then it kind of gets passed around a little bit. Because he loses it, and then Silver Surfer gets it. Oh. He had it for like a brief moment, and he had all the cosmic power in the world, and he's like God. And then somehow he lost it. I think Thanos or Galactus beat the fuck out of him. Imagine Galactus with the Infinity Gauntlet, even though he's not, well, he's just Galactus. I mean, even Spider-Man got it. Yeah, Spider-Man got it. I don't think not in a movie, I don't think. But the comic book he did, for like a brief second, he had it like, oh yeah! And then Thanos came like, get out of here. Beat his ass. Like mad people had it. I was like, goddamn. And then the movie, it was just like ridiculous, like how many guys tried to get it. And then, I'll spoil it, but freaking Iron Man gets it at the end and kills Thanos? Come on. That's not how the comic book showed it. Oh, we're not going by the comic book. But really, in the comic book, Adam Warlock gets it at the end of the final book. Because it started off with Infinity War. No, Infinity Gauntlet. Well, I think the first one was called the Infinity Gauntlet. Where Thanos gets all the stones and everything. And then the next one was Infinity War. And then the third one was Infinity Crusade. Where at the end of that, Adam Warlock gets the freaking gauntlet. And then, in turn, that led to the Adam Warlock comic book series. I don't even know how that ended, because I had all of them. I forget how it ended. But if you want to do a movie, why don't they do that? Why wasn't Adam Warlock even in the last Avengers movie, Endgame? Why wasn't he in it? It's like Silver Surfer, the first one. I think they had two, but I think there was one. I'm not even sure. But the end of Silver Surfer sucked! Because he gets all the cosmic power, and then, then he gets all the power, and then you see Galactus at the end. And then he used up all his cosmic power, and then you kind of see him at the end, at the after credits, like floating in midair. And then I think you see Galactus again, or you see somebody else. I I forget how that movie ended, but I know Galactus is in the movie near the end anyway. Well, he's in the movie, but I think he fights him. I think Silver Surfer fights him at the end. That led to, I think, the second one, which wasn't even that good either. Kind of like Fantastic Four, which I heard they're gonna reboot again. If you fucked it up once, then you fucked it up twice. You think you're gonna fuck it up a third time? Most likely. The only good part about the Fantastic Four was seeing freaking Jessica Marie Alba. Basically half naked, well, mostly naked. But you don't see her naked, you see her backside, basically. Not her ass, I mean, you see it from the back, naked. I don't think she's ever done a love scene. I don't think so. I have to look that up, but... I mean, when she was in Dark Angel, she did a couple of love scenes, but you don't see her naked. She's just, like, kissing the guy, and that's basically it. They're in bed, and that's it. I'm like, damn it! And then they had that one movie, I think she's with, I think Seth Rogen, and she's, like... It's at his house, and she starts stripping, and she's, like, basically down to her panties, and I think her bra, and that's it. I'm like, eh. But I don't think she's ever, in a movie, I could be wrong, I don't think she's ever been totally naked. But we can all can dream. But we move on. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so we see Solo basically laying out Cena, knocking him into retirement. Off to Hollywood you go, Johnny! Don't come back. That's that. Alright, so we see that. And then Solo is going to be on Smackdown next week. He's going to make his return. Alright, so we see Solo. And, that's that. And move on. Alright, then we go back to Kevin, once again showing us the punch. I don't think with telestrating this time. So anyway, then we see Austin Theory and Grayson Waller come out. They start, like, provoking Kevin, and Kevin tells us that, I can't lay a hand on anybody because I get suspended, per Nick Aldis. So Grayson and Austin Theory basically provoke Kevin. They dump water over his head, then they throw the empty water bottle at Kevin Patrick. So that makes Kevin mad. Kevin Owens mad. So he's like, I'm about to be suspended. He throws down his headset, goes after them, tries to go for the stunner on Austin Theory, but he escapes, but he hits the stunner anyway on Grayson, laying him out. So that's that. So I guess we won't see Kevin Owens next week, which sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Let me move on with that. So I gave that little segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we see Jimmy Uso in the back. He's all ready for next week's match with Eli. So that's going to be an interesting match. So then, he's all ready. Then he picks up his phone, call Roman Reigns. So he calls Roman. And he's talking to him. I don't think we heard from Roman, but Jimmy's like, oh, yeah, what's up, dog? What's up, G? Oh, sorry, my tribal chief. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. He gets all serious now. I was like, I'm gonna beat his ass just for you. Click. And that's it. So, next week on the program, most likely in the main event, Jimmy Uso versus Eli Drake. And that's pretty much it. We're not gonna see Roman for a while. So, mark your calendar, January the 5th. Roman might come back to start the road to the Royal Rumble, unless there's a change and then Roman's gonna be back by sometime end of this year. We got 6 weeks left, maybe 7 weeks left. So who knows what happens with that? And we move on. Well, that's leading into War Games. So it's gonna be the Bloodline. Well, most of the Bloodline versus actually it's not, because it's the Judgment Day basically the Judgment Day versus Cody's team. So, I don't know what's going to happen with Jimmy and what's going to happen with Solo at the Royal Survivor Series. So we'll see what happens with that. And we move on with that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to your main event of the evening. We got a 6-woman tag. We got Bianca Belair, Horseface Charlotte Flair, and my first wife, Asuka, taking on Damage Control, the new Damage Control of Bayley, give me a hug, Kairi Sane, and Io, the Sky Pirates. So we got that. This match really went nowhere. I mean, kind of ended the way you think it would end. Well, not the way you thought it was going to end, but kind of interesting ending and made me very happy. So it's also with Bianca slamming Bayley down. And then Damage Control gets sent to the floor. Everybody gets sent to the floor. Charlotte then boots Bayley to the outside. We go to break. Come back. Charlotte sends Bayley flying with a fallaway slam. And then Kairi comes in for her first WWE action in 3 years. Her first actual match in 3 years. And then Bianca comes in. She wants a piece of Kairi. And she hits a delayed vertical suplex. But then Kairi comes back with a shot to face. So get that. And then some double teaming on Bianca. Dumps Bianca on the apron for a near fall. Actually, they beat her up on the apron, then they bring her in for a near fall. Then a big beatdown ensues. Bianca fights out of the corner, but Kairi pulls Charlotte to the floor. Then we get a shot to Bayley, lets Bianca get over for the hot tag, or goes over for the tag, to maybe get the hot tag to Asuka, but Asuka's like, yeah, tag, I tag you, no tag for you. So Asuka pulls away, and then she blows the blue Kool-Aid mist right into Bianca's face. The referee's like, oh, DQ, obviously. So then Asuka comes in. She's like dancing around like, ah! And then roundhouse kick to Bianca's freaking dome. And Kairi's like, what's going on here? And then she's like, Asuka-san! The Kabuki Warriors! The Kabuki Warriors reunite. And now Bayley and Io come in. And they have a big-ass fuck beatdown on Bianca. Charlotte tries to break it up, but that's gonna work. 4-on-1 beatdown. DQ was already in effect, so 7.5 minute match. Match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then after the match, there's still the new Damage Control, if you will. Big 4-on-2 beatdown. You know, Dakota really I don't think did much because she's injured. So anyway, while that beatdown's happening, Shotzi Blackheart comes out and really slowly goes to the ring like slow motion. I'm like, could you run? You got 2 people getting the fucking shit beat out of them, and you're like, So Shotzi comes in. That don't work. But then Bianca comes back, 4-on-3, basically a 4-on-3 beatdown. Kairi goes up top, hits the insane elbow on Shotzi, leaving her laying. And then basically the new Damage Control, which is now a 5-woman group. There's Dakota's in there with Bayley, and then you got basically the Black Lotus Triad there. That makes me happy. Well, minus Dakota and Bayley being there. So the new Damage Control, for now, end the show as they pose, and basically they are stronger than ever. So Asuka turns heel. Really, she didn't really turn heel, because she was kind of like in between. You know, after she lost the belt to Bianca. Basically, didn't know what was gonna happen to Asuka. I knew it was gonna happen, but you didn't. But Asuka, comes back playing the face, or kind of a tweener, and then she turns on Bianca, missed her in the face, and then beats the crap out of her, Charlotte, and Shotzi. Joins up with her best friends in the whole world, Io and Kairi. Not really forming the Black Lotus Triad, but we all talked about the Black Lotus Triad coming back and having Asuka be the third person. I told you so. That's what I'm gonna say. I told you so. I said it from a long time ago. I said months ago. I told you guys that Io is gonna break away from Damage Control, and Kairi signed when Kairi left Stardom, her last match. I'm like, yep, she's coming back. We knew she was coming back. And then she signed back with WWE for I think like 3 years, and then saying that she's going back. I was like, yeah, she's going back to Smackdown because she's not going to be on the same freaking show as that dumb bitch botch machine, Nia Jax. I was like, put her on Smackdown, have her reunite with Io, and then eventually Asuka would come back, reform the new Black Lotus Triad. I call it a tribe, but it's Black Lotus Triad. And look what happened months later. Do a chomp on that one. So I was right all along. So give me my props, bitches. Give me my props. And that's pretty much it. So now the new Damage Control is basically the new Black Lotus Triad, Bayley and Dakota Kai. And it looks like we're gonna set up the women's War Games match. Now I don't know who's gonna be the fifth person on that team. People saying Shayna Baszler. I don't know how that's gonna work because she's on Raw. And then they're going against Charlotte, Bianca, Shotzi, and then I guess 2 other people. I don't know who. Or maybe they get one more person to have a 4-on-4 War Games, even though it's really 5-on-5, but still. People thinking Tegan Nox. No. Remember the last time Tegan Nox was in a freaking cage match? I think we know. I think we all, well, not Tegan. I think it was Dakota Kai hurt a leg in a cage match. I forget who. I think it was either Tegan or Dakota Kai. But I would not put Tegan in there because she's so injury prone. Shayna in there, I would like. Becky, and maybe Becky Lynch. That can round out that team. Then on the other side, Dakota Kai, I don't know if she'll be medically clear by then. You can put her in as a 5th person. But then I'm thinking she's not going to be medically clear, so who's the 5th person on that team? You need 2 more people on Bianca's team. I don't know who they're going to get besides, maybe Becky. Maybe Shayna. I don't know. I mean, they can't get any other 2 people from Smackdown. I mean, who are they going to get? Nobody on the roster can go on that freaking team to go against, basically Damage Control. But it's going to happen. A War Games match is going to happen with basically Damage Control against Team Bianca. I think Team Bianca wins, and I think Bayley will probably take the pin or somehow fuck up as usual. And then it's going to get to the point where probably before the end of the year, Bayley and Dakota Kai, goodbye. Goodbye to them. Bayley might form another group and find one more person to go against the Black Lotus Triad. Or, I don't know what happens. I think we're going to eventually see Bayley versus Io for the Women's Championship, and we all know how that's going to end. Io's going to retain, obviously. And then the Black Lotus Triad is just going to run rampant on SmackDown. In which they should. I don't know how long it might last. I would think Io will probably lose it at WrestleMania. to I don't know who, unless they do Jade versus Io, which I don't think is gonna be a good idea. That's not a money match. That's like a basic slaughter almost. I'm sorry, Io, but you know, I'd rather see. I think we're gonna see Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. And on Io's side, Io's gonna hold the belt to WrestleMania, and I don't know who she's gonna face. It'll probably be Charlotte or Bianca getting another goddamn title shot. Or whoever wins the Royal Rumble, which is Jade. So, I really don't want to see Jade versus Io. I mean, it'd be a good match, but still, we know Jade's gonna win. Or maybe the Black Lotus Triad goes from now till WrestleMania, and then there's some, something happens within the group, and then maybe Asuka faces off with Io. At WrestleMania, Asuka finally wins the belt. Or they give it to Kairi. Kairi's like, I had enough of you. Kairi versus Io would be fucking epic. Or a three-way. Kairi, Io, and Asuka in the Black Lotus Triad triple threat match for the title. Then I'm like, I don't care who wins. I win anyway. I think we all win, but I win more. But because those are my three wives going at it. I'm like, come on. But I don't know how the SmackDown title is going to go as we go to WrestleMania. But I think before we even get to WrestleMania, I think Io and the Black Lotus Triad will go up against Bayley. They'll kick out Bayley. Bayley will get a title shot. Lose. And then we'll see what happens as we hit the Royal Rumble. Imagine Kairi winning the Royal Rumble. If Kairi wins the Royal Rumble, and then she's like, they're like, well, we're on the same team. Who's gonna, Kairi versus Io? Like I said, it could happen, may happen, who knows? I still think Jade Cargill is gonna win the Royal Rumble. I think that's probably going to be her first actual match. I mean, you're bringing Jade in, I think we saw it like a couple of weeks ago, so it was like October, right? So November, December, and part of January. So 2.5 months we have to wait for Jade Cargill to get her first actual in-ring action, which will be at the Royal Rumble. That kind of makes no sense. It's like bringing in Julia after WrestleMania, or at WrestleMania. That'd be interesting. How about Io has the belt, Black Lotus Triad are basically whipping everybody on SmackDown, and Io comes out, and well, the Black Lotus Triad comes out, and oh, we beat everybody, and then you hear Julia's music come out. You know, her contract ends in March, so she can come to WWE. Go right on the main roster, go to SmackDown, and she comes out, everybody's like, who's this? And then everybody's like, oh, it's Julia from New Japan! She is the New Japan IWGP Women's Champion. She's eventually gonna lose that belt, probably she'll probably lose it at Wrestle Kingdom. To who, I don't know. Maybe it should be Mina Sakamura. Or Shirakawa, not Mina Sakamura. Mina Shirakawa. Or she loses to some other Japanese chick. Then, she'll fight in February, and then at the last event in February, and then her contract ends, I think, March 1st, or sometime in March. And then she comes in, she gets signed to WWE, goes right to the main roster, and then she appears on TV to face Io at WrestleMania, probably night 1. And then Julia beats Io, and then kind of the Black Lotus Triad is like, I mean, they'll still be a triad, but, they'll take a major hit, and Io loses the belt to Julia. But it could be Jade. But we'll have to see how that plays out. And that's it. Alright, so that ends SmackDown, and, makes me happy to see Asuka, Kairi, and Io. all together. I'm not gonna cry. Settle down. Settle down. Stop. Settle down. Sorry. I think I might need a new pair of shorts to go to bed with now. I told you all, man. I told you all my Asian triple threat will happen. Not in the bedroom, but on TV. But makes me happy. I'm gonna have a good night. I'm gonna have a good weekend. Thinking about that. So, that's that. So, final segment, I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. Overall, Smackdown wasn't that bad, so I'm gonna give it 6.5 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment or video reply down below. Well, can't do a video reply, but do your own video if you want. Want to leave a comment? Leave a comment down below. Smash that like button to death. Subscribe to my channels, this channel, and my other channels as well. All down below. Follow me on social media if you dare. And hit the bell to get the next video, which will be tomorrow. We'll do Ring of Honor tomorrow. And then probably do another week of AEW Rampage and Collision. And then that'll be it for the week, hopefully. Well, maybe Sunday, like I said, Sunday night, when I get done with Sunday dinner and everything, watching the Jets play the Raiders on Sunday Night Football. Probably late Sunday night, over on the Metal God channel, I might do a video about the Metal Grammy Award, Grammy nominations. So do that. And then we'll start a new week, the middle of November, and we'll talk pretty much all next week. We'll talk about Collision versus Smackdown. I think we all know SmackDown's going to annihilate Collision. So we'll get all that, and we'll see what happens with that on Monday Night Raw this Monday night, NXT next week, Dynamite, the go-home show. Should be interesting stuff. That's going to be, well, next week I think is in, Wednesday night is in Ontario, California, which is Bucks country. Same thing with Los Angeles. Basically all of California is Bucks country. Dumb Bucks country. So we got that, then, Collision from LA, from the Kia Forum. Also, Rampage from the Kia Forum. But Rampage will be taped on Wednesday. But Collision will be live on Friday. Unless they do Collision and a live Rampage on Friday. They could do that, but I don't think they're going to. But we'll see what Tony Khan does. And then next Saturday night, Full Gear. And we'll see what happens with all that. As far as Full Gear predictions, I would do that next Saturday afternoon. Because I will not see Full Gear live Saturday night because I will be at another concert. So, but maybe if the bar has the pay-per-view on, I might watch some of it live, but most of the time I'll be rocking out with my Go Goat, This is some good old heavy metal, as always. And then that'll be it for that week, and then we'll get done. We'll start Survivor Series week with my predictions on the 25th. That afternoon, before the pay-per-view, definitely, and then that night, November the 25th, right after the Survivor Series ends, I will do my Survivor Series review, and then we'll have a little week off before we get to Deadline, and then pretty much the final predictions video of the year will be World's End, and then on New Year's Eve, I will do probably a year-in review over on my Shadows Lair channel. So do that. That's probably going to be one of my last videos I do for the end of the year, because I got to do World's End predictions, I got to do the review, and in between I might have to do Collision and Rampage and Ring of Honor, and it's going to be a mess by the end of the year. So I'm going to try to get everything done before the end of the year. Do my year-end video, maybe on New Year's Eve. But we'll see how everything goes. And then, as soon as the ball drops, after midnight, I will do my first video of the year, like I did last year. I will put that on my Peter Joseph channel. So that would be my first video of 2024. And then there's really no Raw that night, I don't think. Which New Year's Day, they're gonna have a Raw on New Year's Day? No, probably Christmas not either. So they'll probably have I don't know what they're gonna do for Christmas and New Year's, but the first actual show of 2024, my first review of 2024, will be NXT on January the 2nd, and then we'll get to the first Dynamite of the year, the first Ring of Honor show of the year, and then the first Smackdown of the year as well, and then the first actual Raw of the year, which is going to be January the 8th. So get all that. Also have Wrestle Kingdom review in between all that, with predictions as well. Because the show is January 4th, so I'm going to do January 3rd. I'm going to do a big freaking predictions video for both nights of Wrestle Kingdom 18. Danielson and Okada, Sonata and Naito, Ospreay versus Shota Umino and Moxley versus Shota Umino versus Ocean Spray for the US title or the UK title. Then we got Hiromu Takahashi. I forget who he's facing. He's defending the Junior Heavyweight Championship. I think against El Desperado again. So we'll see how that goes. But I mean, the card for that's out now for Wrestle Kingdom looks so good. It is good. And every time Wrestle Kingdom comes around, the entire pay-per-view is great. And there are some banger matches on that card. I mean, the US title match, Ocean Spray, Moxley, and Shota Umino, gonna be hard-hitting and kick ass. Because, I mean, Ocean Spray's in it. And then, Takahashi versus El Desperado for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Gonna be epic. Danielson Okada 2. Superior epic. And then, pretty much after that, whatever is in between probably will be good to epic too. Epic as well. So, Wrestle Kingdom 18 is gonna be freaking epic. And that's gonna start the year. You know, it's not gonna be a pay-per-view of the year candidate, but it's gonna start the year off with a bang. And then we'll see how the Royal Rumble goes. At the end of January, I think January 25th, I think it is, January 27th, somewhere around that area. Hard to Kill, the first TNA pay-per-view. I will review that, by the way. Because I think next year I'm going to get back into, I'm not going to do TNA reviews anymore, but I'm going to do TNA pay-per-views, the actual pay-per-views, not the the ones you see Friday night, the mini pay-per-views. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do major pay-per-views for TNA. That'll include Hard to Kill, Slammiversary, Bound for Glory, and maybe a few in between, I'm not even sure. Ring of Honor as well, I'm going to be doing pay-per-view reviews, AEW pay-per-views, every pay-per-view next year. It's going to be a lot, but we're going to get into all that. And, that's it. So stay tuned, hit that bell between now and the end of the year, and as we go into 2024, continue to hit that bell. So, because if you miss anything between now and the end of the year and going into 2024, you're SOL. You're shit out of luck, and you know what that means. And that's it. But I know some of you will, some of you won't, but I care less. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to get out of here. It's almost 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to probably sleep in tomorrow because I got nothing to do. I'm off for the whole entire weekend. So, really got to do nothing tomorrow. I might do some chores in the house, clean up my house a little bit. It's a little dirty and everything, but I got to clean it up a little bit before the snow comes in the winter. But, gonna be cold here the weekend. Gonna get back up to around 60 by midweek, and then back down by next weekend, which is right before Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is going to be like 50 degrees, I heard. And then after Thanksgiving, I don't think we're going to see a 64 till March. Unless the hedgehog gives us an early spring, which I probably doubt, but you never know. We won't know until February 2nd. But, I think, with the next 7 weeks of the year, it's going to be very interesting in the world of wrestling and sports and everything else. And, we're counting down those days to the greatest month in the world, the greatest days in the world, and the greatest day of them all is coming up in about 6 weeks from Sunday, so we got all that. And Christmas is coming, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah. And then before you know it, the end of the year, New Year's Eve, is going to go out with a bang. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. As we roll out 2023 and go to 2024. And that's it. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. 6.5 out of 10 stars for Smackdown. And that's it. So I'll be back tomorrow with Ring of Honor. Your Ring of Honor review right here on the channel. And also stay tuned on this channel for your AEW Rampage and Collision review tomorrow night. On this very channel. So thank you for watching. I'm about to lose my voice. I'm going to sleep for probably the rest of the day. So, thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not down with that, well, fuck you, man. Because that's all I got. I'm about to lose my voice. I'm going to sleep. I'm not going to go with my big intro. My outro, I should say. But if you're not down with that, that's just too bad. Because me and a whole ton of people, we got 3 words for you jealous bitches. Fuck you, man. Go fuck yourselves. Go on your dumb, lame as fuck channels. And do what you do, which is acknowledge the great man that I am. Your tribal god. And your worst nightmare come true. And that's pretty much it. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'm out. Peace!